Well, I'm Rich Rinaldi. I've been on the board for 6 years. We have 42 sixth graders this year who are entering middle school, and we're really proud to be a partner and a class sponsor for those dreamers. Being a class sponsor is really a long-term commitment to a group of young people. You start in third grade and we stay with them all the way through high school. And by stay with them, it means that as a class sponsor, we provide the financial support for the after-school programs, for the summer programs, and all the things that Colorado I Have a Dream do for those dreamers. More than just a commitment, we actually sign a contract with Colorado I Have a Dream to say that we will financially support this class all the way through high school. And many of the families, obviously they have economic issues, they have family structure issues, some of them are involved in crime or immigration issues. And I call it the whirlpool that kind of circulates around these families. So sometimes it may mean moving their apartment because they can't afford to live in a certain place. It may mean that a parent lost a job for no reason, and they need to move, or they face an issue with finding a new job. So it's a very fragile existence for some of these kids, and that's, I think, what we try to kind of support and be the foundation under them. And I was working with a young dreamer, and he kept yawning and yawning, and I finally asked him, "Why are you so tired?" And he said, "Well, over the last couple of weeks, I've had to live with my grandmother. My grandmother cleans office buildings at night, and so I go to bed, and then she wakes me up, and I go with her downtown to the office building, and I sleep on a couch while she cleans the office building. And when she's done, she wakes me up and we go home." And I just thought about my own kids and thinking, gosh, if I woke up my own 8 or 10-year-old twice in an evening and transported him through the city, that in the morning I think he wouldn't be prepared for school. But I think many of the families are very, very fragile. And by that I mean that there are things in their lives that impact the student's performance in school and impact the children's ability to be successful. And if we hadn't been working with them, I think the numbers, you could bet in the future that only 30% of them would ever graduate from high school, more or less, I think. And you could see, okay, what happened to those 70% that didn't make it through? And you could start to look, okay, some of them were family issues, some of them were routine pregnancies, some of them got involved in crime. You would see the number of successful kids being whittled away over time. And I think what I Have a Dream does is basically put up the bumpers in these kids' lives and at certain points help them through these crises in certain cases. I think when you look at our graduation rates that are upper 80 or 90%, the big difference is that they had a support system under them when these things start to crumble, if you will. And you never know when they're going to start to crumble. So it's really two things. It's building that foundation for them so they're good students, good people, and have the problem-solving skills to avoid some of these traps. That's number one. And if they do come into the issues that they face, that we help them through it. To say to kids almost every day that if you do these things, if you work hard, study hard, treat other people well, and treat your family well, that you can succeed. I think that's really the basis for what we do in I Have a Dream, is keep that hope alive amongst young people.